whatever. Okay.
Like, it's just so
I had to ask.
It's so dumb.
No, I mean, listen, I don't know.
No, people
Like, there were moments like this that were fucking fire, okay? And that's what I originally thought this was gonna be like. Cause like, I don't know if he's like putting on a character, putting on a front. Like, I always kind of assumed he was doing a character because like no one is that ridiculous. You know what I mean? Where no one is like that, you know? No human being can be such a obvious contradiction, like a walking contradiction, you know what I mean? And he's also super entertaining. Like, that's why a lot of leftists follow him. That's why a lot of leftists like fucking use him as memes. Like, there's people in Hasan Twit that use him as memes, and that's, you know, that's fine. Like, it's just like the takes that he has on Twitter about like white is also a person of color. Like, all that shit is hilarious. Okay.
You don't look like a younger, less libertarian Chris D'Elia anymore.
He's so that's precisely why like a lot of the combos that we had originally were fucking hilarious, and like that was what I thought we were gonna do. Like, but then when we got to fucking trans issues, it was like, oh no. Like, I knew he was gonna be out of touch. I mean, this is like,
if so, what gemstones do you like?
I knew he was gonna be out of touch because he's like Herschel Walker's son. You know, he comes from a very wealthy family. Obviously, like, but I always assumed that like it was a little bit like there was honesty in how out of touch he was, where he was just like yelling about Starbucks. You know what I mean? That's not like a real person. Like, that is not a real person who like yells about Starbucks because they're actual liberals. Like, that's a character, and it's a really good character too. It's fucking hilarious, right? So this
Look
stuff,
at that.
I mean,
Yeah,
you don't think this guy's hot?
Come on now. You are going to choose
I have
our
a certain
young.
type. I wouldn't say that's mine, but
Oh, come on. You're going to tell me that young Joe Biden is not...
Hasan, just because you want to bang him doesn't mean I do.
I mean, I'm just being honest, you know? He's sexy. Like,
Dude, look at that.
I
Yeah,
mean, you don't
dude,
think this guy's
come on now.
hot?
Come on now.
Every sentence was a dig towards trans people from him. He got like relatively common takes too, though. It was useful regardless. Yeah, of course. I will never ever fucking apologize for having people on, and especially because like it was unironically productive. It might have even been worse if he didn't like fucking say any of the transphobic shit, and then I just like went about my daily life with all of these people thinking that he's not like, he doesn't have like those sorts of takes, because having a conversation with him with like memes and stuff and memeing back and forth with him humanizes and you know, makes people empathize with his point of view. So that's like, if we didn't do that, if we hadn't done that, right? If that hadn't come up, then it's like, it does look like I'm fucking platforming him, you know? So, to the people that fucking, you know, get mad, I mean, I'm still gonna fucking, you know, look at memes of him, and I'm still gonna meme around, you know? I think it's funny. But the reality is that, yeah, of course, you know, people have fucking bad takes, and those are very common takes. Like, his point of view is incredibly common. Most of you know this already. And it's good to have a conversation like that with a human side by side, actually fucking saying it. It could come across as traumatic, but the ultimate reality is that there's no better way to show up there's no better way to show how shallow that way of thinking is, other than like directly addressing it in real time. And when you do that, not humanizing people. No, I mean, like, you know, I don't want people to empathize with his point of view. If his point of view is like being used to fucking say transphobic shit or racist shit. I haven't trusted him since the first time I heard him talk 500 miles a minute in shitty Mandarin accent. Tone's non-existent. Can't trust a word out of his mouth. No, the Mandarin shit was crazy. He popped off with that. Sure.
Hasan looks like a top, but we all know he's a sloppy bottom.
He reminds me so much of my little brother's friends. All young Latino kids that will say wild ass shit because they don't know anything. You talk to them for 5 minutes and they change their POV. Well, I mean, yeah. Please don't yell at us when you have guests like this, though. Yell at transphobes. No, I'm always going to. I'm always going to be way more aggressive to the left that fucking tell me that, like, you know, you should not have someone on ever. Like, if they're going to say things, you should not have someone on ever if they're going to say things that are going to be traumatic to me. Like, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. You're crazy. Like, and it's not to change him personally. It like, I'm not going to be able to change him personally. That's not going to happen. He's like, he quite literally is a conservative commentator. Okay. What have I always told you? Like, when someone is a professional conservative, like, you're not going to change their perspective by debating them. That's laughable. No, that is for you. Okay. That is a performance. A debate is a performance. Okay. Debates are not to fucking change people's minds when change your interlocutor's minds. Debates are a performance for the watchers. Okay. Watchers see what kind of fucking common takes that people throw out, and they understand what the common retorts are to those common points of view. And it makes people feel very intelligent because they know that they're right, their side is right, and they know that they're like fucking, they know what the common talking points are. And they can be successful when you're talking to, I don't know, someone in the real world. Okay? They can be successful. I'm sure those talking points that you learn here have been useful in the past to like talk to Normans, okay, in the real world. And I'm sure it can even be helpful in changing the minds of like maybe some Christian heads. You know what I mean? Maybe some Christian Walker fans were in here and they were like, wow, he kind of did look not great. Like, especially when I was like, who's the number 2? Like, when I said that, like, I think one of the fucking final blows in that conversation was when I said, who's the number 2 female swimmer in the country? Who's number 2? And he had no answer for it. Because he doesn't know. I was like, who did this trans woman steal the title from? Who's number 2? I think the final blow was when he called him poor. I didn't call him poor, did I? So, like I said, he said he didn't know, and then he said, I don't care. Yeah, exactly. So,
brain rot.
This isn't a good argument, honestly. That's like him asking you what the latest papers on socialism are. I mean, the part of that argument is that, look, it's the this is why I hate debate lords, okay? For the Norman, debates are just about embarrassing your opponent, okay? It's about like how no one gives a shit. If he had an answer for fucking number 2, I'd be like, you don't actually care. You care about this so much that you literally fucking went and looked this up. But you don't actually fucking give a shit beyond it, okay? You don't. You've never watched women's like intramural or women's fucking swimming or anything like that. You're only doing this because you want to fucking be mad about a trans person, okay? You want to be mad about a trans person existing and like fucking competing. And it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it does not matter. I hate that people are just like, no, actually, what you should have done. Actually, what you should have done is that, you should have brought up all the studies that show that, like, people that undergo gender confirmation surgery actually are, or people that are taking HRT actually have muscle density that's way lower. It's like, no, dude, that's boring as fuck, okay? Shut the fuck up. That only works for, like, other idiotic STEM lords like you that have, like, only are like, I need to know the primary sources, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm having a conversation with a normal fucking human being and normal human being watchers that, like, don't always look to the fucking primary sources, okay, to like figure out how to take a fucking step outside of their homes. Like, it's rhetoric. Debate is all about rhetoric. You're being ridiculous. You're being fucking ridiculous. I know all that shit too. It doesn't matter. Bringing that up in this situation is just like insignificant. It will work for your circle. Maybe it'll work for the fucking Discord watch party. Maybe it'll work for the Marxist-Leninist, Marxist, trans warrior Discord circuit, okay? Maybe you have like a little trans Discord where you get together and you watch fucking debates and stuff, and then you guys talk about how, like, Trotskyites are counter-revolutionary or whatever the fuck. But Beğendin mi? Eyvallah. My dad liked my mustache. Okay? But like, that's not how it goes, you know? That's not how it goes in the real world. It's not an effective rhetorical tool, okay? Shut the fuck up. Trans people in sports is not a serious argument. Is not. It's the same as like is it transphobic to fuck a trans person or not want to fuck a trans person? It is inconsequential. We are pointing to edge cases, okay? It's literally a defeatist. It is literally an argument that is like it's you're already on the back end. You're already on the defensive. You're already losing when you have that argument. It's like, well, who cares? Who cares? Shut the fuck up. Like, trans people are people. Trans women are women. It doesn't. You don't have to like want to fuck someone to you know, recognize their humanity or recognize their womanhood. Okay. Like
13 months and Coca-Cola.
You know, I don't want to fuck your grandma, but she's a woman. I recognize her as a woman. Some of your grandmas also have mustaches. Still a woman. You know what I mean? Their vaginas don't work anymore. Still a woman. Shut the fuck up. Okay, so like this argument about like you know, would you date a trans girl? Would you date a trans girl? And like fucking trans chatters do this shit too. Okay, because they're like little baby trans and they haven't like figured out that it's like completely inconsequential and a fucking defeatist argument, or maybe because they're horny and that's why they're asking. But like, it's stupid. It's a stupid argument. Like, okay, it's just your validity does not rely on like whether or not people want to fuck you. Okay. Whether you're an object of desire or not. It doesn't rely on passability either. It's just so stupid. And it's the same with fucking sports. And it's such a fucking like idiotic like sport argument. The idiotic sport argument is just so stupid. I care because I watch sport and I care about the integrity of sports and I'm not transphobic. I'm a fucking trans woman as a straight man. Yeah, no, you don't like the integrity. Why? There is no, it doesn't change the integrity of the sport. Okay, Michael Phelps is a genetic freak. There are quite literally genetic anomalies that give major competitive advantages, and you never think about that, and you don't consider that to be abnormal. You only consider trans people to be abnormal, and you think they're fucking faking it, and that's precisely why you think trans women competing in fucking sports with cis women come across as like something that's weird, okay? And it's like fucking up the integrity because like, well, technically they're, you know, technically they're doing something that's wrong. Why? Because they're fucking, why? Because they're trans. That's why. That's the reason why they're fucking wrong. Okay? And ultimately the argument about like the performance of trans athletes does not match the reality either. That's why they always go after fucking dumbass edge cases. To be like, this person is so good. It's like one person won like one fucking relay race as a trans athlete, and it's like, oh my god, stop the fucking presses. There's not that many trans athletes to begin with, okay? And like, they are not fucking dominating all sports. And if trans women had that insane fucking advantage that like idiotic misogynistic men legitimately believe men have over all women, okay, if that was the case and that translated to like trans women having that kind of advantage, then they would be crushing non-fucking stop. They would literally just be like, ugh! Every time there's a trans woman, like they're just fucking cracked, okay? Absolutely fucking cracked. No, it doesn't work that way. And that's why when you fucking point that out, they go, oh, actually, well, what if they do it in the future? Okay? It's bullshit. And at the end of the day, even if like literally every single trans woman was just like absolutely fucking cracked at like every sport they've ever touched, they're just fucking, they're just nailing it. Even then, it's like, okay, why is that cheating? Why the fuck is that even cheating? Like what? Who cares? Why do you care? And people always say like combat sports. Suck my dick. Bullshit. Okay? Yeah. Combat sports. It's like, for the record, the only reason why people have this point of view, I'm sorry, you don't actually care. The only reason why you fucking have this hysterical approach, The only reason why you have this hysterical approach is because Joe Rogan, is because it's so fucking common, and it's also because it's because it's one, super common, and two, Joe Rogan told you it's bad. Like, and has been telling you and everyone else that it's bad for many, many years. So that's all you've seen so far. Most people also routinely admit that, like, they don't even care about the integrity of the sport or whatever the fuck either. It's just so stupid. It's just like trying to fucking post hoc rationalize a reason as to why you just don't want trans women to fucking compete. There are cis men with lower levels of testosterone naturally occurring in their body that are athletes than fucking cis women. You know what I mean? It's like dependent on, it's entirely dependent on what division you're in. It's just like, it's incredibly stupid and incredibly silly. And that's why people hyper focus on these edge cases when the overwhelming majority are just like, some are good, some are bad, most are just like average. Okay?
The mustache gives you death row inmate vibes from Baki. I dig it.
Trans women are soy boy, cuck, feminized men, but are also super strong athletic monsters. Exactly. It's just like so fucking stupid. And it's so obvious that you're like desperately seeking anything you fucking can to, like, you know, criticize that you act like you give a shit about women's sports. Like, the same people that quite literally make fun of women's sports and never watch women's sports are now behaving like they give a fuck about women's sports. It's like disgusting to me. They only care about it because it's just trans women. Okay. The one trans woman is like now a part of the woman's sport. Laughable. Fucking laughable. Okay. Anyway,
Yo, 26 months, that's like 3 years or something.
the argument that trans women are not women because you have a trans in front of woman is as valid as cis women are not women because you have a cis in front of a woman. Also, cis and trans are biological classifications. Both are biologically women. And if you do want to know, like, the integrity of the sport argument, like, that is the same exact argument that people used to segregate sports in the past to make sure that black people couldn't fucking perform. And if you want to know more about the integrity of the sport argument, like, that is exactly the same shit. They just did not want. Wait, what did Maya say? You look crazy. How dare you? Sorry, bro, but you're just wrong here. There are serious advantages to having testosterone in your system half the time. Who cares? Who cares? Do you care? Why? Go ahead. Have that advantage. Go ahead. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And if that was actually a fucking legitimate thing, it would bear itself in the data, but it hasn't, okay? Other people, unlike yourself, who have read a couple fucking studies, have actually conducted research. I'm a woman's coach, bro. I don't care. I don't care that you're a woman's coach, dumbass. Okay, because the actual people that study this shit have looked at it numerous fucking times and have found that there is not conclusive evidence to suggest what the fuck you are saying, okay? That it doesn't bear itself, okay, woman's coach? It doesn't matter. So even on the data side, you are also wrong, okay? And ultimately, it doesn't even matter, even if they do have that advantage. It doesn't matter. Why? Why is that a cheat code? You think people are just fucking cheating? You think people are... Because ultimately, it comes down to this, okay? Ultimately, it comes down to this, big fupas, women's coach. It comes down to you thinking someone is cheating to gain a competitive advantage in what? Your fucking dumbass high school handball team? That's what you think? Like, people are subjecting themselves to fucking... undergoing like regular medical conditions, like with psychiatric evaluations round the fucking clock, and kickstart a fucking process that is deeply difficult to do just so they can win at fucking high school handball? Are you psychotic? It's just so stupid. It's just like it makes me feel like I'm taking crazy pills when I have this conversation with people. They're like, fucking yeah, dude, that's why they did it. Like, they're fucking doing it to cheat, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. They're not doing it to cheat. They're trans, okay? And they want to play sports.
A second baby has been delivered.
And not only that, but like, there aren't even that many trans athletes to begin with, okay? NAACP NCAA updates policy on transgender participation to let each sport set eligibility requirements.
Piece of doo-doo.
Is just a way to fucking shit on trans people existing in one way or the other. What about when the sports leads to a college scholarship? How many trans athletes have gotten college scholarships? Explain to me right now. Tell me right now how many trans athletes have gotten college scholarships off of their athletic ability. Tell me right now, motherfucker. Why? Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Why the fuck did you say that? It's zero. The answer is zero. I knew that. You didn't know that. Why did you bring that up?
Transgender pride hassle.
You brought that up because you are like desperately clawing, okay? This is what happens. This is the same exact fucking mentality as Joe Rogan literally getting faced with fucking reality and then turning around and being like, I don't know.
Rides, let's go. Happy almost 2 years, chat less than 3.
I don't know. It's just like fucking maybe Ford is only selling F-150s now. Like, and that's what we should compare them to Teslas. Like, no, you are just desperately clawing, moving the goalpost and desperately clawing for yet another talking point that you can fucking justify. Even if they do win fucking athlete scholarships, even if they do win that, do they not deserve it? Are they not actually, competing at the athletic ability that deserves a scholarship? What's up? Why? Because ultimately you think they're cheating. You think they're cheating because they're doing something that is unnatural. That's where it comes from. The entire argument always is reduced to it's unnatural. Cis women are natural, trans women are unnatural, and an affront to God, and that's why they're not allowed to fucking participate in this exact same way. I'm not saying you have to fucking hug and kiss every trans person you see, but the only reason why you do the exact opposite of that, okay? Like, I'm not saying become a chaser, okay? The only reason why you are doing the exact opposite of being a fucking weirdo chaser is because you just find it to be like a strange thing, and you can't get out of it. You can't escape the brain processes that you have that like allows you to say, who cares? Why do I care about this?
Nice stage.
It's a very strange thing that is otherwise completely just irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. It's the same as like trans bathroom bills. Okay? Meanwhile, the thing that everybody fucking cares about is the top of the hour ad break, and I forgot to run it. Okay? And it doesn't matter. Trans, cis, straight, gay, everybody sees the ad at the top of the fucking hour. Okay? Everyone sees it, unless you are subscribed. If you want an ad-free broadcasting experience while we're going through these fucking memes, all you need to do is subscribe, baby. You can do that for $5. You can do that for free with a Twitch Prime, okay? You can also do that if you're lucky enough and you got gifted a fucking sub. Okay, you might be a gifted sub recipient. Yeah, I'm doing it at 12:30 in the middle of the hour. Fuck you, okay? That's right. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. I said it because it came to mind. I didn't know. I'm not transphobic. I also think it doesn't matter. Honestly, I think sports scholarships are kind of gross in general. It's just the funniest thing to fucking virtue signal about is like women's high school sport. It isn't the trans women's fault. Should there be just a testosterone league and a non-testosterone league? What? So are you telling women in sports that they should either take testosterone and just accept that they will lose? Dog, you are quite literally inventing something that is not happening, okay? You are inventing something. You are inventing an issue that has not happened. And you, as a fucking high school coach or as a woman's coach, have already seen that. Like, you are a fucking woman's coach. How many times has a trans athlete just fucking absolutely duked your entire team? Just fucking whipped them silly, whatever fucking dumbass sport you're coaching. Okay? How many times? None. You just are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Testosterone in your system gives you inherent physical advantages. Okay. What if someone also naturally has higher levels of testosterone? Then it's fine, right? But that doesn't matter. That's the point. It doesn't matter. When someone is cis or intersex and has a higher level, an elevated level of testosterone coursing their fucking veins, that's fine, right? It's just that because when someone is trans, it's not fine because, oh my God, then it's like they're cheating. They're being weird. They're probably doing it to fake it. They're probably doing it to win this incredibly random sport that I care about deeply. I'm sure that's the reason why they're doing it. Or maybe they're just fucking trans and like want to fucking compete in organized sports like every other normal teenager. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe they want a fucking semblance of normalcy in their lives, okay? And it feels good to be able to participate with a team where people aren't constantly fucking shitting on them, where they feel like they can compete and actually be good at something. And even then, they're doing it in, and this isn't like to say, oh my God, trans women, so brave, whatever, because I know people get mad at that. But like, they're doing it, and the entire country is yelling at them while they're doing it for no reason. Jesus fucking Christ. Please stop. You're not making any good arguments. No, the only reason why I'm not making any good arguments to you is because you are transphobic, and that's the unfortunate reality, and it's probably not going to change, okay? But the good argument, bad argument still doesn't matter. Or they're literally breaking records after records, not just participating. Wrong. You are wrong. You are making that up. You have read like 3 articles from like 3 random fucking edge cases. You are wrong. Show me. The only thing you can show me is like, you're going to move the goalpost anyway. The moment I say, show me, you're going to be like, oh, duh, well, I couldn't find one. So I just like, actually, well, it doesn't matter because like they have testosterone. It always goes back to that. It always goes back to that. It always goes back to that. I'm going to get clapped by you and Chad, but there's a bit of research on comparing the average Joe male-born to the athlete women. In 95% of cases, the male-born beat the female athlete. I still am on board with allowing trans women to play sports. Don't get me wrong, please. I just get the argument from the other side. I think the irony of this, the irony of like trans women competing with cis women, unironically comes from misogyny. Like, it's the idea that like men are better athletically than women, okay? And there is truth to that, okay? So like dudes can't comprehend that like a trans woman that may have like limited genetic advantages depending on when they started hormone blockers or when they started therapy, okay, might have like marginal advantages by having like different musculature or different muscle or bone density or different developments that ultimately go away regardless, okay? But it's fucking hilarious because like, one, you don't even know if the trans person in particular is like that, okay? And 2, that does not bear itself in the actual fucking evidence. If that was the case, they would be duking motherfuckers nonstop, okay? But that doesn't happen. And the reason why that doesn't happen is because they're just like everybody else, okay? Yeah, I mean, dude, yeah, exactly. That's actually pretty good. The before and after, the one trans UFC fighter is pretty funny.
No ads PLS.
Again, biological superiority is not considered a fucking serious advantage, okay? Or it's considered a serious advantage that is to be celebrated until we get the trans people, okay? That's it. Yeah, this was pretty fucking hilarious, by the way. Laurel Hubbard, the first openly transgender Olympic weightlifter, competes in Tokyo. You know what was funny about this? She fucking lost. And you know what happened when she got fucking owned? Everybody was like, she's faking it. She got owned to fucking fake it. So that, no, it's not that nobody said anything. No, she lost. She got fucking wrecked. And you know what happened when she got wrecked? They said she faked it. And the reason why she faked it is to, you know, create the idea that like trans women should be able to compete with cis women. How fucked is that? Well, that's mania. You're a maniac. You are a psychopathic, pathological person that literally follows every little fucking thing that a trans person, no matter where they are around the world, does because it frustrates you. Okay? Homies were saying she faked it. That she actually had like a better opportunity. Or then they were saying that that she actually still took the place of a cis woman. Like, okay, well the cis woman was worse than her. You know, what are you gonna do? It should have been a cis woman losing in her place. It's crazy, man. They were like, it's a psyop. They were just trying to normalize trans people participating in sports. That's why they're losing over and over again on purpose. So that, like, you know, one day they'll start winning like crazy. And for the record, yes, of course. Of course. I'm not saying that, like, if we're talking about fucking cis men, cis women, do cis men have an advantage on average in comparison to cis women? They're taller, higher bone density, more muscle mass? Of course. But that doesn't change anything when we're talking about the fucking 8 trans women that are competing, okay? Especially because their fucking T levels are already readjusted. That's not the conversation. So don't worry, guys, okay? Women still can't be you unless they're like fucking Ronda Rousey, in which case they will whoop your fucking dumbass, little pasty, I never leave the fucking basement ass, okay? So you just contradict your entire argument? No! What I'm saying has nothing to do with the argument, you fucking bitch. That's the point. What I'm saying has nothing to do with the argument. But I am recognizing that is precisely why so many people are so mad at this. Because, like, I feel like they feel like it threatens their masculinity, you know what I mean? It's like, fucking, you need to fucking be honest and say, like, all men are just fucking incredible at sports and so much better than women. Yeah, it's true. Go ahead. Fellas, we are better at sports, okay? Yeah, no shit. That's why I'm fucking making a joke about, like, none of you motherfuckers wanting to watch the WNBA, okay? You don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch the NBA either, for the record. So, you know, you can't call me sexist. But, like, you literally joke about not wanting to watch WNBA, and then you fucking turn around and you're like, but what about the integrity? The top U.S. women's team soccer is super pro-LGBT, and the Chuds hate that team specifically for that reason, yet they claim to care about women's sports. I bet the only players they... No, they can't name a single fucking female athlete. Don't be ridiculous. No one gives a shit. This argument is just about trans people and just about trans people alone, okay? That's it. That is literally it. That's it. Just watch fucking anime, okay? Please, stop with this sports nonsense. I'm sick and tired of having this conversation over and over again. Stop fucking harassing trans people. Jesus Christ. The average high school guy can beat most women. See? We're not having a conversation about trans people, okay? Again, that's the point. That's the dude. He's a bro. We're having the age-old, like, I could beat Serena Williams in tennis argument. That's the argument that we're having. I'm realizing that this has nothing to do with fucking transphobia at all. This has everything to do with, like, the fragile fucking ego that men have, where they genuinely feel like, you know, what I'm saying is, like, trans women should be allowed to fucking compete with cis women means, like, it almost means like I'm saying, like, you know, men can't defeat women in sports or something. Okay? No, bro, trust. You will fucking crush every woman, okay? I promise. But yeah, that's precisely why trans men are never brought up in the conversation either.
Hasan, love the stage.
Hear them speaking Turkish. Literally ship me to Turkey right now. So hot. Turkish people.
This is when my dad was like lighting the fucking house on fire with his cooking. Healy 1920, thank you for the 50 gifted subs. Do we let trans men compete with women? And if not, why is there a double standard? Wait, what?
I don't like your facial
trans men competing with women? Why would you let trans men compete with women? They're men. No, trans men should compete with cis men. What the fuck kind of argument is that? Also, that would be a situation where there is actually a fucking advantage.
Let's go.
Like a more significant advantage. Anyway, this is the same exact energy, which by the way, transphobia is super normalized. So like a lot of people are going to get very frustrated because they're otherwise very progressive, right? And because it's like a tiny percentage of the population that like they normally never encounter this. This never gets brought up. They never think about it. Whatever. Yada yada yada. So so that's why what I'm about to say to people who are otherwise progressive is going to be very triggering. But this is the exact same energy as motherfuckers who otherwise are like, yeah, homeless people should be fucking murdered. But then every time we're talking about immigration, they're like, well, what about the homeless veterans? It's like, bitch, you don't care about the homeless veterans. You don't give a fuck. You don't care about that at all. You're just saying that now because you want to use that as a anti-immigration talking point. You don't care about fucking women's sports. I'm sorry, you just don't. And the reason why you're talking about it now is because you want to use it against trans people. You want to use it against trans women. You're concern trolling. Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Anyways, what are we going to talk about? Should I sit in his chair? Wait, I was dying.
And no, I'm not going to watch a fucking 48-minute video about like trans athletes, okay? Debunking, refuting the anti-trans pseudoscience on trans athletes. No, I don't care. I don't care. I just like, you're making me care about things I don't care about, okay?
I'm going to go on his story and do the I'm live and alive. So let me do my best impression since I didn't get to do it on his story. Hey folks, I'm live and alive. And we have a lot of good stuff coming on today, MasterChef, and a couple other things. So hop in the stream
and where your argument is mentioned and a few more.
And don't be mean to white people. Okay, was that a good impression?
My dad is still talking in the background, trying to explain to me that it's okay that he almost lit the house on fire while I was streaming, okay? It's pretty funny. He's like, no, you don't understand. It's actually technically okay that I almost lit the house on fire. Like, these are delicious koftas that I was making, okay? So you don't understand. Like, this is like a fine thing that I did, okay? I'm like, Dad, please don't make this. Anyway. Russian invasion of Ukraine may be imminent, warns White House. No, dude, no. Stop. Why is this guy on yesterday? Because he's a meme. Like he's like he is loved by leftist gays. Like a lot of the queers love watching him, okay? He is very entertaining.
100% there are no schools around.
He's very entertaining.
Athlete. You'll have the people will turn
when he's just being sassy and like saying crazy shit. He's actually very entertaining. No, don't say no. We fucking don't. Shut up. It's just you don't. Okay. But when we get to like the actual issues, when he's like talking about like how transphobic he is, when we talk about like fucking race related shit, like it's impossible for me to like meme around. You know what I mean? Like it was very entertaining until it got serious. And then when it got serious, of course, like I'm going to fucking push back. When it got serious, of course, I'm going to like actually debate him. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let shit get away with it. I'm not going to let him get away with like I'm not going to let him get away by saying like insane, misinformed and otherwise like very hateful things. And for the record, I didn't let him do that. So every single person like fucking freaking out over it, every single person like crying about it, you're annoying. Aren't you afraid of leaving that cycle alone and him saying bannable stuff? No, he won't say that. Like I looked through my subreddit and people were fucking losing their shit. Like people were fucking upset, dude, and it was annoying to see.
You look like my uncle that got the
people being like, how dare he? How could he do this? How could he do this?
Chair.
Like, Where is it? The trans chatters, thoughts on the stream, and Hasan's response to criticism. Uh-oh. I didn't see this one first. First off, I want to say about Hasan introduced me to the world on online leftism in the summer last year, and I thank him for that. I respect him. And me criticizing him then doesn't mean I think he's fundamentally a bad person. I understand the potential to change people's minds, and as a streamer, Hasan has a tendency to think with content brain, but I'm upset. I think rightfully so, and I'm disheartened about Hasan's response to criticism on this so far. Even though there are trans leftists saying this was fine, many trans chatters made her feel like their existence was a debate, and their criticism wasn't valid. When Hasan yelled at those chatters, yo, trans chatters, I've talked about this then, and I'm going to talk about it again. I understand. I feel you. I see you. I hear you. Okay? Most people in here will never understand the feelings that you are feeling. Those are valid feelings, but you are misunderstanding the purpose of this. Okay? The purpose of this stream is not to develop a safe space for you. The purpose of the stream is to have people come in from all different walks of life with all different kinds of backgrounds who do actually think trans people are fucking crazy or weird or whatever the fuck and change their minds. And the reason why you can come in here in most other circumstances and be able to enjoy chat with everybody else, knowing full well that there aren't a lot of transphobic people in here, is because there are a lot of people who came in here that were actually transphobic and have had their minds changed on the matter. Just because I can't or won't be able to ever change Christian Walker's mind does not change the reality that that conversation is not about me changing Christian Walker's mind. That conversation is about all of the other people who are watching that debate that may have transphobic opinions, that no longer have those transphobic opinions because their minds have changed. Stop being so fucking stupid. I've had this conversation a million times over. Debates are a performance. Debates are purely performative. It is a rhetorical performance. It is intellectual, pseudo-intellectual WWE. Okay? That's it. You literally talked about him multiple times on stream and how entertaining he is. You even said you wanted JP on leftovers for content. So why the fuck are people surprised when you actually have people like him on? Because people, I'm sorry, are babies, okay? They're babies. They're goo-goo gaga babies. And in a lot of instances, they're not only just goo-goo gaga babies, and even if their fucking points are valid about like feeling threatened or feeling upset, that is valid. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you being a baby by being like, well, what the fuck? how dare you do this? It's like, of course I'm going to do that. Of course. You're not being a goo-goo gaga baby because your feelings were hurt. I'm not saying that at all. That is valid as fuck. Okay? Obviously, you have I'm feeding chicken to someone who, I'm feeding chicken to someone. You're a man-child by not backing down? No, I'm not. I am not you. You have been fucking following since 2020 and have subscribed here for 6 months. There have been many like you that have come and they still are in here, and most of them know to shut the fuck up and back the fuck down. You want to know why? That's precisely the reason why there's 38,000, 39,000 people in here right now. The reason why this is the largest online leftist community is because I don't listen to fucking annoying fractionalist dickheads like you, okay? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because most normal people are not like you. Most normal people are, of course, following what is the normative attitude. You, as a leftist, recognize that we live in a racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted, transphobic society. That kind of upbringing is impossible to fucking shake unless someone who is kind of cool and is like doing stuff that you want to fucking be a part of says, hey, everything you've seen so far from other people that you thought were kind of cool and were being transphobic, that's kind of fucked up. Here's why. But you sometimes, in your endless efforts to defend all trans people because you're the best ally in here, or maybe you are trans, want to fucking speak out and be like, that should never happen. Well, then this is not your space. This is not for you. This is not a safe space. There are plenty of safe spaces on the internet. That's a good thing. I'm not anti-safe space at all. Go to your safe space. This is not your safe space. There will be people that are coming in here that are aggressively anti-trans. I cannot protect you from that, okay? Sometimes we do our best, and if someone is like very clearly not even interested in learning anything remotely and they're just here to say transphobic shit, we clap them immediately. But that's still going to happen, okay? Because this is a place where we discuss these sorts of things. So stop centering yourself in this conversation If you think I'm going to defend you, I will. If you think I'm going to hide like rampant transphobia from you, especially in an instance where like, you know, we're having a real-time conversation, you're fucking insane. Like, that is the most insane thing. Okay? It's not a safe space. Shut the fuck up. That's it. Whew. It's so stupid. It's like, anyway. And then, like, here's the other part. Like, you, for the record, my issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a Vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay? There you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are fucking cancer, okay? You are cancer in this community, and you're cancer in every community. Suck my dick. For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. Move your catboy ass out of here. You are never welcome. You are never going to be unbanned. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how much you want to get unbanned, I will never unban you. You are now banished into the fucking shadow realm, okay? This notion that I am not fucking like I should not be having transphobes on or ever talk about transphobia or to transphobic people is such a pathetic and stupid fucking argument when Vosh himself has probably said that the debate was fine. Okay? I don't like you. I'm going to make this very clear. If you are this type of person, I don't like you. I don't want you to be in here. Okay? Or if you're going to be in here, you need to fucking know your place. You need to know your place. Your place is this, okay? It's not this, it's this. You can stay in here and watch, but you're not going to be able to fucking write shit in the chat. Sorry. I would quite literally rather have someone who is on the margins and is actually interested in learning, but might have transphobic points of view, rather than someone who's like, I'm a cat boy, I've been in here for 50 months, and I think like, you know, you're not that good at debates, so you shouldn't have a transphobic person on. Like, no, fuck off. Like, literally, I would rather have 1 million people that are willing to fucking learn and are actually here, much like the rest of normal society that have been like socially conditioned into feeling the ways that they do, than any number of like super woke, super fucking leftist debate lords. Straight up. I've done more debates than you. I'm better at debates than you. I'm better at debates than most of the other people that you fucking compare me to, because debates are still pure rhetoric, okay? That's it. Anyway. Oh, by the way, mods, clap that person that is definitely in the Discord too. If they're crying in the Discord right now, 100% clap that person's ass cheeks. I feel like this is exposing how performative liberalism is for a lot of people. So many liberals constantly call for people to change and challenge conservatives in dialogue about human rights issues, but now you're here doing it. The same people are mad you're challenging said conservative people. Look, that's because people have very specific types of content, right? Like they want to do like peer reviewed studies that you need to put up, like, and that's what that person likes. I banned them last night, lol. Oh, great. That is like the same energy as being like, you're not trans, you shouldn't talk about this. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. I actually started hate watching Hasan as a brainwashed Republican kid from Ohio and end up agreeing with everything he's ever said. Watch and listen with an open mind, and even open mind, even if you don't agree with everything. Man makes great points. Thank you. Anyway, just because I did like one fucking minor little baby debate, it does not fucking mean that we're actually going to do debates, and does not mean that like your completely fucking idiotic, ridiculous, inconsequential point of view is going to actually be heard here. Okay, I will be infinitely more mature and infinitely more understanding of a person that is transphobic that is right next to me when I'm having a conversation with them than I will with a fucking chatter who is repeating what I've heard a million times over.
Much love,
okay?
Hasan.
I myself was transphobic. I had transphobic opinions. I no longer am transphobic or have transphobic opinions. That is incredibly valuable. And that is, I think, the reason why I am relatively successful at converting people from their transphobia into not having transphobic opinions. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know more than me about like what the trans existence looks like. I will never understand that. Okay? But I know better than you about changing fucking cis people's minds. That's just, you're coming to me, okay? And you're telling me that like you know better. You don't know better. You just don't. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. It's not what I'm doing. I'm not like here to fucking explain the trans experience. I can never communicate that. Okay? This is the unfortunate fucking reality, okay? I am a cisgender, heterosexual, white passing, conveniently attractive man who's 6'4", okay? That gives me a profound amount of privilege. I try to use that privilege for good. This is the archetype of a person that is convincing to a lot of other people that want to look like this. That is just the reality, okay? Sorry, it's just the fucking truth. Did I say conveniently? I meant conventionally. It's just the truth. You could say it's a flex or whatever, but like there's no, you know, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. It's just I have the fucking prototype of a person that you listen to, okay? So I'm going to use that for good instead of just fucking, you know, watching MasterChef all the goddamn time. I'm going to use that for good sometimes. And the moment that I use it for fucking good, you lose your shit. You're like, why won't you have me on? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You think those fucking psychos are going to listen to you? No. Those psychos will listen to you when they get to a point where they're no longer fucking transphobic, okay? It's so annoying. Like, people just like are like, no, put me on. I'm a cat boy. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure like your transphobic dad is going to listen to cat boy with the fucking ears and shit. I want to have a conversation about xenogender, like immediately, or not xenogender, fucking neo-pronouns. We need to do that right now. No, we don't. No, we don't. Shut the fuck up. And then like you literally fucking you enjoy it. You enjoy the benefits of it. You reap the rewards of it, okay? You reap the rewards of it when there are people in here who are no longer transphobic and you can like have fun. You know, they can like you can have fun side by side with like 40,000 other people without you know, fear that these people want to fucking murder you. You know what I mean?
Had COVID the past 2 weeks and your content has been a lifesaver. Thank you. Today I go back to work, but I just wanted to wish you a great rest of your stream. Heart.
Why is it so hard for people to that they can't dictate your content? I don't fucking know. I don't know, because they're selfish, because they're Americans, and like Americans have a very narcissistic attitude where it's like, we're going to center this around me and my experiences. You're going to do that right now. And guess what? The only thing I'm centering right now is the top of the hour ad break, bitch. Woo! Because at the top of the fucking hour, there's a 60-second ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, you want to, how about you center yourself around fucking, I don't know, financial security, so you can have $5 that you fucking use as a form of a subscription. Or if you don't have $5, which is understandable, do not fucking use your money here if you don't have enough money. You can use the Twitch Prime, steal someone else's Amazon Prime account and connect it to your Twitch account, and therefore you will have one free Prime subscription a month. Or maybe if you're lucky, you will get fucking gifted a sub, because that is the only way that you can fucking, you know, avoid the ad breaks. Here is the ad break now. Thank you, the Crunchy Onion, for the 5 get the subs. Thank you, Jake Sub, for the 5 get the subs. And Zenna Rain for the 10 get the subs. Shrug Monkey for the 5 get the subs.
Ad dodging.
Like, it's just so funny because there's like so many people that used to be transphobic as fuck in here that are no longer transphobic. And like everybody recognizes it once they've like been in the community for a long enough time, but they still fucking forget every single time. Anyway, even though there are trans leftists saying this was fine, many trans chatters were made to feel like their existence was a debate, then like criticism wasn't valid. When Hasan yelled at those chatters, then it was all okay because it was just for the memes and it was good content. I don't feel like whether or not I exist as a funny meme or very good content, the chatter, no, transphobia is not the funny content. No one thinks that transphobia is funny content. Clearly, because when transphobia happened, I immediately fucking clamped on it. Just like when racism happened, I immediately fucking clamped on it. So, you know, that is the other part of this that's like very quiet about this, is that like not a single black person was like, man, I can't believe you had a person that was so racist they were like trying to sneakily justify like the state death, like the state sanctioned murder of a black man, you know? Like, I wonder why they weren't fucking complaining about it. Like, I wonder why. Because they know that there's like people that do this shit. They understand that that's a normative position of a lot of people who fucking play that part. And like dunking on that is going to, one, partially be cathartic, and two, also like important for people to hear, okay? I mean, that pissed me off too, but I was pissed off at Christian Walker, not you. No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's literally black people know their place, Hasan, Pago. Yeah. No, that's like that's what I'm saying. Like they like redirect your anger to the fucking person that's like disseminating this information, and not like fucking the fact that you heard something. You know what I mean? Of course you're gonna hear it. You hear it all the time. Part of it could be that you stayed on the trans debate way longer. That's true. Well, I was on the verge of losing my shit if we continued talking about Ahmaud Arbery and whatnot. That could have gotten. That's part of the reason why I stopped the other part. That was when I got very close to just like doing something that was not good. Like I actually. I don't know how else to describe it. I would have gotten fucking banned or something, okay, if we had continued on with that conversation. Not that it's like transphobia is less serious than racism or anything. You are the intermediary? How did people not get this? You were like cis people, so they understand you? How is this not easy to understand? I don't fucking know. Anyway. Okay, anyway, so last night CW gained a bunch of followers from this. A chatter on my Discord pointed out last night the CW gained a bunch of followers from this. Hasan said, whatever, I don't care. I understand why Hasan said that after a long debate, but this criticism being refuted and ignored almost added insult to injury for me. Yeah, dude. I know. Everyone is like, I converted them into Christian Walker fans, dude. No. And the reason why people would ever follow Christian Walker is because he is uniquely talented and entertaining. Okay? That's just the truth. And if you don't want to recognize that, I don't know what to tell you. He is actually he is actually a meme, okay? He's very good at being the meme. I follow him, you know? I don't follow him because he has great takes. I follow him because he's very good at being entertaining. What's not entertaining, on the other hand, is transphobia, okay? What's not entertaining, on the other hand, is like actually trying to justify real shit. When he's doing Starbucks memes, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. You can cry about it all you want. That's funny. That's entertaining. GG's. Sorry. Sucks for you. Luckily, there's someone like me on the leftist side that's also entertaining that people want to watch. Okay, but you know, everyone is focused on Christian Walker, but what about the dangerous takes that Felix espoused? I legit invested hundreds into the lira, but it's still tanking. I'm on the edge of losing my house. Why didn't you push back on him? It's just so annoying. This conversation is so stupid. I wish like I get where Hasan's coming from. I understand that I'm not the representative of this community and this community may need. I'm the smallest of minorities as an AFAB NB. But I'm kind of confused about why it happened at all. It's a lot of responsibility for him as a cis man to have these talks with other cis men. And I'm so far kind of leery of Hasan talking about trans rights, considering how we responded to the criticism. Okay, yeah. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Here's what I got for you, AFAB NB. Shut the fuck up. That nothing pisses me off more than this like annoying, like, actually, a cis man shouldn't be talking about trans issues. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly the same fucking energy as like, you know, this is no different than me being like me dunking on fucking Candace Owens for like white supremacist attitudes and then people being like, why don't you see yourself out of black people's business, Sweaty? And people do say that to me all the time. And I tell them to shut the fuck up. Okay? So, hey, welcome. This is your serving of shut the fuck up. There you go. Okay?
Nice.
Like, everything here was fine until this last moment. Like, I don't want Hasan talking about trans rights. I'm kind of leery of Hasan talking about trans rights. I despise that, dude. Okay? People think that you were able to build an audience of this size that is so friendly to all minorities by accident or something. You were able to build this community because you talk about these issues. Yeah, it's just so fucking annoying. It's like, dude, there are people like this person. Okay, here, I'll repeat. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this. There are people like this person that were here when I had 30 people watching. There are people like this person that were here when I had 1,000 people watching. And there are always going to be people like this when I have, 10,000 people watching, 20,000 people watching, and now 40,000 people watching. These are just people that are constantly like, cool. They're like hipsters. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want this shit to change. I like what's going on here. I don't want it to change. I miss the old Hasan, okay? Nothing has actually changed. Especially that, like, the never-ending cycle of fucking people who love chirping about, like, how big the community is getting, or how they encountered takes in the wild that they did not like, that hurt their feelings or whatever the fuck. That is constant, okay? That's a constant, and that will be a constant. That's not going to change. So,
Chad Hasan.
Good luck to that. It's not going to happen. And the only reason why is because you are not normal. Your attitudes are not normal. What do I always say? Be fucking normal. And I don't mean like you're not normal because you're AFAB NB or whatever the fuck. I'm saying you're not normal because you have an attitude that is not like how normal people behave. This idea that like we have to fucking isolate ourselves from everyone, and that's not like a normal attitude to have. No one will be that way, okay? No human being is that way in the wild. Okay? So sorry. What the fuck? Why did you do this? Anyway, this conversation comes up regularly in this community, and it will continue to come up regularly in this community. It's just not new. It's not unique. It's not normal. I understand you're hurt. Having your existence debated painful. However, Christian Walker also is horrendously racist. Hasan should not have to explain why black people don't deserve to be gunned down the street by a racist justice system. You should not have to explain why homeless people don't deserve to start a death on the street. You should not have to explain that trans folk are valid, but he does. Otherwise, fucking racist, transphobic, and class pieces of shit are going to continue to advocate against our basic humanity. Having him on the stream at all, platforming gives him viewership and clout. Okay, well, it gives me viewership and clout too. There you go. The fact that after CW left, Hasan was absolutely shitting on trans viewers who were trying to voice their concerns by banning them. No, it isn't a safe space, but Hasan and his community are supposed to be allies. Shutting up and yelling at them and banning them is disgusting. Yeah. Sorry, it's just not. It's not. It's not a safe space. It's not. It quite literally is not. I do agree in safe spaces though.
Happy anniversary.
And I think you should have that. You should have your safe space. It's just this is not it. And don't expect this to be your safe space. Sometimes I will fucking shave my beard and only appear with a mustache. You know what I mean? Like it happens. You know, you thought that this was going to be a beard space. You thought that there was going to be Hasan coming in with a beard. And what happened? No beard. Mustache now. Okay? Just like every fucking day, we look at people being transphobic. Every day. Every fucking day. And this is not different. We are going to look at transphobic people tomorrow. I promise you. We are going to look at transphobic and racist people tomorrow, the day after. We are always going to keep looking at transphobic content because we live in a transphobic society, okay? We live in a racist society. Here's the problem. You know this already. That's why you are desperately seeking a safe space. I am telling you that this is not a safe space. This is an education space, okay? And you know, be happy. Like, I can take on the emotional labor. You don't have to take on the emotional labor. I don't want you to take on the emotional labor. It would be nice if you did, but you don't have to, because I get it. Like, I mean, I'll never fully understand your experiences. I will never fully understand your experiences, but you know, I'm doing the emotional labor for you, okay? AFAB means assigned female at birth.
Let's go 8 months. I can feel the brain rot starting already. Ted Cruz is a leftist. What is happening to me?
My Discord server of 15 people is very upset at you. Please change your content to better fit their needs. Yeah, exactly. It's like selfish. It's selfish. It's selfish. It's narcissistic. We're moving on from it. Nothing pisses off these people more than like moving on from this, moving on from their like narcissistic desires to center a fucking space for learning and fun for 40 fucking thousand to 50,000 people, then moving on and continuing with our fucking lives without actually like ever taking what they said to heart.
Lamel.
Okay? And they lose their fucking shit. There's gonna be more. I created like a bunch of villains, okay, today. That Catboy, that Catboy's a villain now. That motherfucking Catboy is not going to turn around and be like, maybe I'm wrong. That person is like literally sitting there right now, like fucking, there's like veins coming out of his, you know, or their neck and forehead, like with anime music playing in the background. He's like, one day I will have my revenge. Okay? Why do you want to have fun with the races? I love racism.
Hi.
It's my favorite. And transphobia too. That's why. Is that what I said? No. You just made that up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Okay. All right, let's see what this fucking fossil fuel had to say.
Senator, a question. Are you implying, Senator Feinstein, that the U.S. government, that the administration is against this bill? You just said that federal agencies had concerns, and I would like to know if you have some knowledge that I do not know, that the administration is against it, since they have made antitrust enforcement, as has the Justice Department, a major priority.
No, I do not know.
We shit on Glenn Greenwald for going on Tucker Carlson for the post-Lev grift. How is having Christian on for a debate any different? Is clout chasing? You usually hate that. No. You think me having Christian Walker on here is the same as Glenn Greenwald going on Tucker Carlson? Are you fucking stupid, dude? Dude, I swear to God, some of your brains are just broken, bro. I swear to fucking God. It's just like irreparable brain damage. Dude, first of all, like, who's the Tucker Carlson here? Am I the Tucker Carlson? And I don't give a fuck about people going on Tucker Carlson. I would go on Tucker Carlson. What I give a fuck about is going on Tucker Carlson and not like having any sort of disagreement with what they're saying. It's like damned if you do, damned if you fucking don't. I had this person on and then like dismissed all of the fucking crazy things that they said. Stop bringing me back into the stun lock. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Sorry, just if it sucks to suck, get angry, okay? But get angry quietly. I'm so sick and tired of motherfuckers just like literally just being like, oh my God, why did you do this? Like, I do this every day. I do this every day. You should be mad if I had someone on who was saying transphobic shit or racist shit and I didn't push back, okay? That's when you should be mad at me. Fuck, man.
At Hasanabi looking real Lex Luthor in that
picture. Ay. Y'all are a bunch of bitches, dude. I swear to God. Shut the fuck up.
No, what I said is I am told that federal agencies have concerns about these provisions.
Okay, but this... Mr. Chairman, could I ask the senator a question? Are you implying, Senator Feinstein, that the U.S. government, that the administration is against this bill? You just said that federal agencies had concerns, and I would like to know if you have some knowledge that I do not know that the administration is against it, since they have made antitrust enforcement, as has the Justice Department, a major priority.
No, I do not know. What I said is I am...
Bro, she doesn't know what she's saying. She's old as fuck. Okay? I don't know how you deal with baby leftists 24/7. It's really a miracle. Because, listen, allyship is fucking hard, okay? It's not supposed to be easy. There's going to be a lot of people who want to fucking cancel you nonstop. You just have to tell them to shut the fuck up and continue, preaching, okay? It's so stupid. Like, you don't know better. Who cares? Okay.
Told that federal agencies have concerns about these provisions.
Okay, but well, that is a pretty bold statement.
Had the benefit of their input.
That is a bold statement.
So,
well, I'm sorry, Senator. It's what I think, and I thought we're able to say what I have been told that.
By who?
And you may not like it.
Well, no, I don't like it at all because I think that it's not true.
What the fuck? I'll never understand the exclusivity arguments some leftists have. It's cancerous. It's like you might as well fucking literally work for the CIA. Okay? You might as well quite literally be working for the fucking Nazis if you have the type of attitude where you're just like, we need to make sure that this community is insulated. We need to make sure that there's never any conversation outside of the fucking hug box that we have, or the conversations that we have are within the confines of acceptability by me, a singular individual. No. I feel like there are people that didn't experience the alt-right anti-feminist edgy boy phase that don't understand Hasan's the best bridge point from that phase. Yeah, it's just, Extreme leftists are just as bad as right-wing people? No, they're not. Shut the fuck up. They're just annoying, okay? That's the difference. When someone is like a fucking edgy right-wing person, they're not just annoying. They have murderous intent. And if they were to have a fraction of power, which more often than not is actually their desires are being represented in the highest fucking rungs of power, with Republicans and even Democrats operating with like a white nativist immigration policy, for example, okay? They have murderous intent. What is the fucking edgiest leftist doing? Just fucking crying, okay? Crying because someone was being transphobic. That's what the edgiest leftist is doing. They're fucking crying. They cry all the time.
I love you, Hasan.
They can't shut the fuck up. They're crying nonstop. And because I listen to them crying, they use it as an opportunity to cry more. That's it. That's what happens when you go to the furthest left corner, okay? They just cry. Jesus Christ. Go, me. Why do you do this? That's it. Swear to God, a year from now, you're going to see takes like, why are you watching a Ben Shapiro video? Don't you know he is transphobic? Yeah, it's just like, it's the same energy. This is why I have high blood pressure, because I deal with fucking baby leftists who are like, I became a leftist last year by watching your Twitch stream, and I did no other further research on this matter whatsoever, did no reading, and now I'm here to cancel you because all the other people on TikTok said something about you, or another content creator I watched after watching you said something about you, and I feel like they are closer to my worldview than you are. Time for the cancellation. Like, okay, sick. Thank you, anonymous gifter, for the 10 gifted subs. What did you do? My opinion on Hasan? What the fuck? What is this, like? What kind of mischief level of farming is this right now? Okay, what is happening here? What the fuck's going on here? What's she saying?
Endlessly frustrating to watch, and like I could never do it myself, but they're funny and they're like interesting. So shout outs to Hasan.
People clap.
He's looking at your stream right now. Oh fuck.
What is she saying?
No. No. Hasan, look, I have 2 bounties to do, all right? I'm just, you know, you have 42,000 viewers.
Oh my God, that's literally, that is, oh my God. That is straight up, that's a designated mischief ass fucking moment right there. Holy shit, I just got fucking farmed. Oh! Shameless! Yeah, that's it. I'm anti-women now, okay? There you go. You knew it. I knew it. I'm anti-women now. Okay. By the way, this is all jokes. I love Maya. Don't fucking. I know that there's always like some people that don't really understand what's going on. There's a big difference between talking on bench versus actively hosting a functionally identical ideology conservative on your own stream for an active debate. Yeah. And by the way, I will have other fucking active conservatives on for an active debate in the future as well. So if that's gonna be like, you know, something that fucking frustrates you, like, good luck. If I had the opportunity to have Ben Shapiro on my stream, I would. If Tim Pool was down to come on my stream, I would have Tim Pool on my stream. If you think that that is not the case, you are fucking delusional and you have completely misunderstood my point of view. Just because I say debates are unproductive and stupid does not change the reality that, like, they are, especially in instances where someone has a gigantic fucking audience, incredibly productive in converting at least 20% of those people into becoming Hasanabi heads. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop being sensitive. You are being sensitive. Please just suck it up. Take a deep breath. It will be fine. You can say I'm a cloud goblin. That is precisely what debates are for. They are for cloud, okay? That is exactly what debates are for. Anyway. Niye ülkücüyü bıraktım? Biraz uzatıp devrim dersimle devrimci bıyığına dönüştür kulaklıs. Ülkücü bıyığı değil oğlum bu. I'm okay with debates and enjoy them when everyone stays level-headed, but yesterday you did not want to participate in debates anymore. I never want to participate in debates, okay? Unless it's a good opportunity. Yesterday's was a one that it was not supposed to be a fucking debate, okay? I did not realize it was going to turn into one. These people, if these shitty takes definitely come from the adjacent crowd, literally just a little reading and life experience, and someone will understand your take. There was a Louis C.K. Video that was in my fucking subreddit that was actually really good. And it reminded me that he was kind of, like, you know, before he was outed as like a fucking sex pest and a creeper. He was kind of the fucking goat. I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it. I think someone might have deleted it. But god damn, he was so fucking good, dude. It's crazy. I think they probably sniped it. He was talking about whiteness